Welcome to Jaunty Dame, where we learn to make music or die trying. Speaking of dying trying, one of the shelves behind me just collapsed a little bit. So it's possible that all the books will fall on my head and you'll get to see it happen. And that's entertainment. Today I bring you two short, simple book reviews. First, I have The Foundations of Technique by Murray MacLachlan. I knew that. Murray MacLachlan. What a genius. Problem is, he is too much of a genius for me. This book is a lot smarter than I am. It is a bit academic. Every word is carefully chosen, but it's not an easy breezy read. Also, some of this is so sophisticated that I found myself wondering, for whom is this book? If you understand the finer points of technique well enough to understand the book, then what are you going to do with the book? Still, there are a couple of things that I found beginner-friendly, or relatively beginner-friendly, and I'll read them to you. Point 1 is about the use of the thumb, which is a huge deal if you play the piano and will sound stupid if you don't. One paragraph from page 27. To conclude, keep your thumbs touching the keyboard for as long as you can. Resist the temptation to remove them from the instrument. Thumbs can act as invaluable stabilizers for the fingers. If they are harnessed and disciplined into position, they can change from being the proverbial black sheep of the hands into protective, stabilizing shepherds that provide a welcome sense of security and protection for the fingers they guide. Short version of that, keep your thumbs on the keyboard. Let them be a tripod for the rest of your fingers. I don't think anyone's ever told me that. So, I learned something there. Another useful point is about pedal technique and how to position your foot. How much of your foot should touch the right pedal? I'm not sure that's ever really come up before. So let me read you one paragraph about this from page 100. Dig your right heel into the carpet and angle your foot to about 30 degrees. The splay foot position is most effective and comfortable not only for pedaling, but also for resting your feet on the floor in non-pedaled passages. During operation, it is important that only a small part of your right foot remains in contact with the sustaining pedal, and that only the smallest area of the pedal itself is depressed. Do not, under any circumstances, depress the pedal with more of your foot than you need to. Less is more when it comes to controlling sounds. You may have known that. I didn't, and recently I've been experimenting with how much of my foot should be on the pedal, and I'd assumed that more foot meant more control. But apparently not, and I'm willing to take his word for it and see what happens to me. So, in short, it was too soon for me to buy this book. I'm going to keep it, and maybe in a year or 5 it will mean more to me. A lot of it flew right over my head. I have not yet read the Piano Practice Physician's Handbook by Nicola Canton, but this looks like it's more at my intelligence level and my level of piano experience. I'll get back to you on that another time. Is this a book review or a tool review? I don't know. I can't read in the camera, it turns out. Musician's Practice Planner from MoltoMusic. This is a blank practice planner, as you'd expect. I've bought 3 practice planners in the last year because blank notebooks weren't doing it for me. I didn't like having to write everything in myself, and it's easier to ignore the fact that you're skipping days if there's not a blank space that forces you to acknowledge you've skipped a day. So, things I like about this practice planner. Blank page for lesson information, or whatever your practice goals may be, and then 1 page for recording whatever you're practicing. I especially like the column for metronome marking. I have been pathologically running away from metronomes for years now, and if you look at a random practice week, you will see there's no metronome use at all. I needed to know that about myself, and this planner has helped me to see it. One more tip about this practice piano. I did not buy it from MoltoMusic's website because that website is neglected and now it has porn pop-ups. So I bought it on Amazon. Do whatever you want. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments below. If you don't have any questions, please make one up and leave it in the comments below, because I'd like to do a Q&A session, but so far nobody at all has any Q's. So ask me something. Pretend you're interested, as a favor. Goodbye. Go away. I've embarrassed myself enough for one day. But the books haven't fallen yet. That's good.